Hey guys, it's me, Cartoon Boy, and over the past decade, we have all heard about Illumination Entertainment. And over the past decade, they have made 10 movies. And I watched them all. Yep. And the reason why I did this is because Sing 2 was actually revealed a few weeks ago, which of course inspired this video for me to watch all of these movies. Now, before I review all of the movies, I'm going to make a few rules. One, I'm going to basically talk about these movies in the order of when they came out. And two, let's just talk about them. Anyways, let's get started. So, of course, Illumination's first movie that they made was Despicable Me. The story is very basic, but in my opinion, it's really heartwarming. And the animation does look a little bit dated, but not super dated to the point where it looks really ugly. In my opinion, I think Despicable Me is a good movie. And this was, of course, the first appearance of the Minions, aka a time where people did not hate the Minions as much as they hate them now. But besides all of that, I think that Despicable Me is a good movie. And honestly, it's probably the only good Illumination movie that Illumination have made, in my opinion. And I feel like it's a movie that I feel like people are gonna come back and watch it just because it's a good movie. Overall, I think it's just a good movie. But it does have problems, but at the same time, it's a comedy. It has a good story, and it's heartwarming. But at the same time, in my opinion, this was definitely the last time that Illumination actually tried making a movie that was actually heartwarming. So, Hop is Illumination's second movie, and also their last live action movie. In my opinion, the story is not great. It's just a huge mess. The characters are very forgettable. And honestly, I think it should be a good thing that this was the last live action movie that Illumination made. Because if they try and make another live action movie, I'm not gonna hold my breath. But anyways, as an Easter movie, it's more like a Christmas movie, but like they just put Easter on top of it. Yeah, it's not very good, and I would not recommend anyone to watch this. It's just garbage. So, the Lorax is basically Illumination's first attempt at trying to adapt a kid's book into an animated movie. And in my opinion, it's not that great. Well, before I actually go to the negatives of this movie, the only positive thing about this movie is Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito definitely does a pretty good job at voicing the Lorax, in my opinion. But besides that, yeah, the message is literally just thrown out the window. Like, seriously. Like, why even make a movie about the Lorax if you're just going to throw out the message from the original book out the window? Why would you do that? Like, why? And also, the side characters, aka like the main character Ted and the villain, are just really forgettable. Like, very forgettable. Honestly, in my opinion, the Lorax is not a very good adaptation, in my opinion. So, Despicable Me 2 is Illumination's first sequel, and in my opinion, the only reason of why this sequel even exists is just because its predecessor made a lot of money. And honestly, this movie also made a lot of money as well. which is not a big surprise. I mean, come on, guys. It's no brainer. Of course, every single Illumination movie is gonna make money no matter what. But still, Despicable Me 2 has a few problems. One, the story is like kind of forgettable in my opinion. Also, the new characters are also forgettable as well. In my opinion, it kind of sucks as a sequel. In my opinion, I just don't see a reason of a sequel existing for Despicable Me. I mean, Gru, like after the first movie, Gru already became a good guy. So why even continue Despicable Me? Oh yeah, money. So the Minions is Illumination's first prequel to one of their franchises, and as a prequel, it pretty much sucks. I mean, the movie does start off in a pretty good way, but after a few minutes when the movie starts, the movie goes into a different direction that just makes the movie really forgettable and just bad in the first place. Honestly, well, okay, I know that I said that I was gonna review this movie. After I was done reviewing the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, but I changed my mind on that because honestly, after rewatching this movie, yeah, it's just bad. And honestly, I think that it just doesn't deserve to get a 10-minute review on this channel from me at all. I just do not feel like it. So, yeah, this movie sucks. And basically, I will never return to it. So, The Secret Life of Pets was an interesting movie. When it was first revealed by the public, a lot of people were actually very interested in this movie and were thinking that this actually might be Illumination's second good movie. But then after it released, sure, it did successfully well at the box office, but criticizedly, not so much. Honestly, a lot of people think that this movie is a Toy Story ripoff, and honestly, I don't blame them for thinking that because honestly, the story is very much like Toy Story, and honestly, the characters are very generic and very forgettable. Yeah, it's okay if you just want to see a cute movie with cute pets, but honestly, if you just want to see cute pets, all you have to do is just go onto YouTube. I don't see a reason of anyone watching The Secret Life of Pets just so they can see cute pets. Like, what? So, Sing was actually a movie that I reviewed a couple of months ago. And I think that you should watch that review before listening to me talking about this movie. But, for some reason, if you don't feel like watching my review of Sing, then let me just say this right now. I'm not going to talk too much about this movie since I talked a lot about it in my original review. But just so I can make myself clear, the movie is very mediocre, in my opinion. It's not an awful movie. It's not good. It's just mediocre. The characters can sometimes be likable, but most of the time there are characters that are just so unlikable. And mostly the story is just really basic and generic, which is mostly what most of these movies have. Rather, if they have a very basic story or a story that is really forgettable. But yeah, Sing is just a mediocre movie, and I don't think I'm gonna watch it again, unless if I am going to review Sing 2, then probably. But for now, yeah, Sing is just mediocre. So, Despicable Me 3 did the same thing just like what Despicable Me 2 did. Basically, it was only made just so it can make money. And, well, it definitely did that. That's one thing for sure. In my opinion, Despicable Me 3, like out of all of the Despicable Me movies, this one is the one that is just very forgettable. Like, seriously. It's just, like, the story is just very basic and forgettable. And Glue's brother, Drew, if I'm right, is way more annoying than the minions. And that's not a joke. It is literally true. And honestly, this movie is not very good, in my opinion. And I have a feeling that no one is going to watch this movie again. And probably for good reasons. Why? Because it is very, very forgettable. And I don't see anyone rewatching this movie. So, The Grinch is Illumination's second attempt at, well, making another Dr. Seuss book into a movie. And in my opinion, they did an alright job, I guess you can say, but not really at the same time. There are some good elements in this movie, like the backstory of the Grinch, of how he hated Christmas, and how colorful this movie is. Like, seriously, out of all of the Illumination movies, this one is just really colorful. It's way more colorful than the Lorax, that's one thing for sure. But still, I feel like the story and the characters needed more time with development for this movie. And probably the worst thing is that this movie came out on my birthday. And if you're asking if I watched this movie on my birthday, no, I didn't. And I'm probably happy that I didn't, because honestly, I don't even think I even wanted to watch the movie at all until like December. But still, at the same time, The Grinch is not an awful movie. It's just a mixed bag. So, The Secret Life of Pets 2 is a movie that I reviewed, and it's also Illumination's most latest movie so far. And, well, since I already reviewed this movie, I don't want to talk about it too much. But basically, yes, this movie is painfully bland. The side stories are just really forgettable and just very boring. The characters, and especially the new ones, are very forgettable. I mean, I don't even remember any of the new characters' names at all. That's how forgettable they are. The only really good thing about this movie is the animation, kind of. That's all. That's like the only good thing about this movie. It's not good, and just like what I said with the Minions movie, I will basically never return to this movie. So, the three movies that we know that are coming out this year and next year are Sing 2, Minions: The Rise of Gru, and the untitled Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, let's start off with Sing 2. Now, I seen the trailer for Sing 2, and it seems like it has potential, but at the same time, I feel like it's still going to be mediocre just like the first one. I don't know why, but that's just my theory. The movie still hasn't come out yet. It's coming out this Christmas. Am I gonna watch it? Probably so. But hey, maybe it will surprise me, and maybe it might be a good movie. But at the same time, it's too hard to really know. And the next movie is Minions: The Rise of Gru. Now, this movie was supposed to come out this summer. But for some reason, and I don't know why, but for some reason, it got delayed for next summer. Why? Well, here's a theory of why, in my opinion. I think that Illumination is just way too scared to lose any more money, in my opinion. I mean, Hop did like really bad at the box office. That's like the only box office bomb from Illumination. But I feel like Illumination is just too scared to release it. So that's just my theory. And let's talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. because I got quite a bit of things to say about this one. So, before I talk about this untitled Super Mario Brothers movie, I just want to let you guys know that the poster that I'm showing right now is just fan made, so don't actually think that this is an official poster, because it's not. But anyways, so the untitled Super Mario Brothers movie was revealed like back in, if I'm right, 2017 or 2018. And a lot of people were actually excited, but at the same time, they really weren't. And the reason of why was because Illumination, of course. But we haven't really heard too much about this movie. And honestly, a lot of people were also mentioning the, old Super Mario Brothers movie that sucked a lot. Like, seriously, like, where the hell to even begin with that movie? But we're not going to talk about that. But anyways, when I heard that they were making an untitled Super Mario Brothers movie from Illumination, I basically said to myself that this was going to suck. And here's a few reasons why. One, Super Mario, Mario himself, is a very basic character. He doesn't really have a personality. You see, he's just a character that, he's very simple. That's the problem with Mario. He's very simple to make a character of. And he just doesn't have a personality. He's literally perfect at anything, like tennis, golf, being a doctor, building things, kart racing, painting, all of that. Like, he's perfect. And that's really hard to make a movie about, because basically Mario, like the games, is just a plumber saving a princess from a dragon turtle thing. And that's it. That's just Super Mario Brothers for you. And it's not going to be easy to make a movie, like a 1 hour movie about Super Mario Brothers. The reason of why the old Super Mario Brothers movie sucked in the first place is basically because it didn't feel like Super Mario Brothers. And basically, I feel like that's going to be the same problem with this movie. But there have been a few positives about this movie that we have heard. For one, the creator of Super Mario Brothers, Miyamoto himself, is actually working alongside this movie. So that actually makes me happy. But at the same time, it still makes me a little bit scared that this movie might not be very good. Again, I could be wrong. This could be actually good, but I'm very skeptical about this movie. And also, there has been this leaked story where Luigi and Princess Peach are going to be the main characters. And honestly, I kind of feel like that's kind of a right direction, but at the same time, I feel like it's just fan-made. Because honestly, I don't think that Nintendo feel like giving Luigi the spotlight, in my opinion. I don't know why, but that's just my opinion. They rather prefer have Mario be the main character than Luigi. That's just my opinion. I mean, Luigi has way more personality than Mario does. And basically that's because of, him being a scaredy cat and trying to face his fears in Luigi's Mansion. But mostly, yeah, I just feel like Nintendo's not going to allow Luigi to be the main character. To what I've heard, the writers from Teen Titans Go, are going to be the writers for this movie. And how do I feel about that? I am very skeptical. Well, okay, to be fair here, I do not like Teen Titans Go, okay? But when the show is funny, it's definitely funny. That's one thing for sure. But at the same time, I feel like there's going to be a lot of stupid jokes in the movie. And also, there was a Mario fan who met the voice actor for Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. And he told him if he was going to voice the role for Mario. And he said no. He haven't even gotten a role to voice Mario, Luigi, or Wario or Waluigi. Hell, I don't even know if Wario and Luigi are even gonna be in the movie. But yeah. By me hearing that, that is making me very scared because the voice actor for Mario have been with Mario ever since Super Mario 64. So, yeah, that's a really long time. And for him not being in the movie, to what we've heard, that is not a very good sign, in my opinion. Like, at all. It's reminding me a lot of what they did with Scoob, where they got popular voice actors to voice the characters, but at the same time, the popular voice actors really did not fit too well with the characters. And that kind of seems like the case with this movie, and it's making me very, very scared. All I can say is that I hope that this movie is not bad. I mean, it could have potential, but at the same time, it could be a horrible mess, just like the 1993 movie. And that's it for Illumination Entertainment. Whew, boy, those were a lot of movies to review. But anyways, before this video ends, please subscribe to this channel so that way I don't have to get a job. Bye.